Buonasera, signore, buonasera. Com'è bello stare a Napoli e sognare. Quante volte ho sussurrato amore ti amo. Buonasera, signore, kiss me goodnight. Buonasera, signore, kiss me goodnight. Buonasera, Charles Marsala.
Buona Sera, Lena. Buona Sera.
We're like this all the time.
I was someplace else, and I could see that Joey was filming me, and the hands were just always flying nonstop. It's being Italian. What else do we do?
Absolutely. Well, it's great to see you, Charles, and welcome everyone to our show, Buona Sera Louisiana.
Buona Sera. You look great, Lena, and I love the backdrop too.
Thank you very much. It is Sala Peruta, Sicily.
I love that place.
Well, it's up here because we're doing our special Father's Day show today, and this is where my father's father is from.
Father's great-grandfather of yours.
Yes, and his name was Leonardo. And I'm not sure, I really want to get into the research. I'm not sure if my dad's dad, who was Anthony Prima, was born in New Orleans or born in Sala Peruta. I feel like he was born in New Orleans, but Leonardo was born in Sala Peruta.
Beautiful. And Lena, actually, I have that connection, which is something we share. My mother's grandmother was born in Sala Peruta.
Oh, okay. See?
So we might be related.
We're all connected. Well, I found out in the history that in 1968, there was an earthquake that actually completely destroyed Sala Peruta, and they had to rebuild the town, and it exists now. Even some of the many citizens from the old town live in the new town, and it still exists today, not far from where the original town was.
There are a lot of people. I've met some people here in the dinner that we had a couple of years ago. There was a woman whose ancestors are from Sala Peruta. And yes, they've struggled since that earthquake, but they still have Sala Peruta winery. There's some things going on in Sala Peruta.
Yep, wine production. And that's similar with Marsala, I'm assuming, which is your background, right?
It's my background, and actually the color Marsala exists. It was color of the year, and it's more like what you see above my head here, the sunset color, a rustic and a Pantone, and it's a seaport. It's where Garibaldi landed. It's fun. And then, we have chicken Marsala, veal Marsala, and now we have alligator Marsala.
And you get to have your last name is actually a place in Sicily. I mean, that's so cool, Charles.
Well, it is, but, we share that Cefalù is a name. I had some family called Cefalù. We know that there's the Messinas in New Orleans. A lot of people got the town as their last name. I love having Marsala as a last name because it is that wine, and when you go in the restaurant, you see your name on the menu. That's really cool. That's great.
It's really cool. I could be Lena Sala Peruta.
It's a very nice sounding name, actually.
I don't know. I like Prima. Prima's a good name. Plus, it rhymes. Lena Prima.
I think your dad knew what he was doing when he called you Lena Prima, and it also means first. So, like, why not? You don't want to be Lena Secondari,
Yeah, absolutely. And my dad used to say that to me all the time. Your name, be proud of your name. It means first. It means best. He was really proud of his name.
What a great name to have. I don't know how he got Prima, but somebody was smart in your family, his dad or whatever, when they picked Prima as the name, or before that.
Yeah, we got to do some digging and some research, and we'll get back to everyone on that with what we find out about that, the origins of Prima. All right, Charles. Well, I have a check this out today.
Let's go.
All right, here's a cute and funny little thing that I discovered, and so I thought I'd share it. It's a pasta timer, and it goes right into the pot, and his name is Al Dente. And the pot, he gets the perfect al dente pasta as his name. And at 3 minutes, 7 minutes, 9 minutes, and 11 minutes, he sings That's Amore, the Godfather theme, a Tarantella, and the Prisoner's Choir. How fun.
That is just great. I mean, everybody needs a helper named Al Dente to help them.
Bobbing around in the pasta pot. Just a kind of a cute little gift item. It's on Amazon and it's $24.47. So I don't know, kind of expensive for the little guy, but hey, it's a cute little gift, I think, for Italians. Give somebody this gift and it be fun to laugh at.
I think everybody that cooks pasta should have one. It'd be great for grandma when she's cooking. She gets sung to. It would just be perfect.
Yes, al dente in the pasta water. Hey, Al, sing me the Tarantella. All right, Charles, guess what? It's time for Charles Celebrates Culture, my favorite thing.
Lena, I do love this. You know, I get to what a job that I get to tour around the state and meet great people and hear their story. So this is another great story. Morris and Susan Vaccarella. Morris tells the story with a display that he has of his grandfather's sugarcane sickles that he's made. And we were at a plantation at Homer's house where I interviewed him, and he tells the story. And that area is around Donaldsonville. And there were a lot of Sicilians that cut sugarcane in the Gonzales, Donaldsonville region. So his story is just fabulous to hear him talk about it. And what I love is you'll hear him say this, when times are tough, he's able to get a lot of energy looking at what his grandfather did.
Hi, welcome to Celebrating Culture. We're coming to you today from Homer's House and Gardens. Homer's House was once one of the largest sugarcane plantations in this country, as well as Louisiana, obviously. Sicilians were brought in to cut sugarcane starting around 1880 throughout the state of Louisiana, and I'm with Morris Vaccarella, whose grandfather cut sugarcane. Morris, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Charles. This is my grandfather, Frank Vaccarella, who was actually born on the Oak Lawn Manor plantation around Franklin, Louisiana. Grew up and later became a field worker at the Alice C plantation in Franklin, Louisiana. These are his knives that he cut sugarcane by hand during that time period. Out there, he also met my grandmother, who hauled the water from the wells out to the field workers during the day. That was back in the early 1890s. 1922, after they got married, my grandmother Bina Mangano Vaccarella, my father, Morris Vaccarella Sr., was born in a workhouse out without utilities in the field at the Alice C plantation.
Your grandmother gave birth not in a hospital.
No, she gave birth in the home, in the houses that they had out in the field. No utilities, no electricity, outdoor bathrooms was outhouses. Literally, back then, you had the baby, and then maybe in a week or two you went to the hospital, or went to the doctor and had it checked out, and you had a birth certificate given to you.
Morris, I understand you have a saying when times are tough, or you had a long day.
I remember shaking my hands with my grandfather. His hands was like calluses. His hard work that he put out in the field. So when I'm sitting at my desk and I have this on the wall behind me, and I look at this and see what he went through, I'm saying, what are you whining about? Look at the life that he had to go through so you can be where you are today.
Morris, I want to thank you for bringing us out today. We're starting a fundraising project to raise money to create a monument here to the Sicilian sugarcane harvester. It'll be about 12 feet tall. It's going to be by Franco Alessandrini. You met him. What do you think of Franco?
Oh, fantastic person.
What do you think of the design?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It shows the working relationship they had in the field, that it wasn't just easy sitting on a tractor, driving down and let it do all the work. They had to physically get out there with their sweat, with their blood, and cut it and haul it. And what they went through, we benefited from.
So if you want to know more, the St. Expedite Lodge has been formed as part of the Order of the Italian Sons and Daughters of America. and you can subscribe for just $25 a year. A newspaper comes out once a month, 28 pages, and from there we're going to expand into the river parishes and the Florida parishes and have a young Italians so we can keep the heritage alive and going.
Need that, definitely.
Morris, I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Charles. I
Thank
really
you
appreciate
and your family
it.
for their legacy. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of Celebrating Culture.
Boy, that's wonderful. They're a wonderful family, Charles. Morris is a great dad, and it's great to feature him today for our Father's Day episode.
It is, and he's very much involved with the Marching Society and the maid presentation. Not only is he a great dad, he's a great grandpa. So he's got a lot of respect for his grandfather. So as far as Father's Day, the Vaccarellas have it covered. You know, as far on all ends, 5 levels of Vaccarellas are really great to honor on Father's Day. And they're still going, and their kids are just energized. They really appreciate the heritage. So yes, he's a perfect guy to do that. And Susan is a great wife to have as his companion.
They're super special people, and I'm so proud to know them and call them friends. And so we want to wish Morris a happy Father's Day.
Yeah, and I'll add, they do an altar at their house.
Yes.
So they normally were doing it on St. Joseph weekend, but now they've done it, and I had to learn this, that we now have, and it was only from the 1950s, we created St. Joseph's the Worker on May 1st. So he moved it to May 1st, which allows it not to conflict with all the other altars going on. So he has a home altar.
Oh, that's great. That's great that they did that. They have a beautiful altar. I did attend one time, and it's just absolutely fantastic what they do, and that they still make such an elaborate St. Joseph's altar and keep that tradition going. It's wonderful.
It is really fabulous what they're doing. And I want to add, Lena, there's so many in our area. I mean, so many people are so grateful. Repeatedly, I hear the story of people, the appreciation they have for their ancestors who did cut sugarcane. And that goes back from the 1880s to 1920s. There are people called padrones that went over to Sicily and recruited and said, I got this many jobs at this plantation, this many at that plantation. And people came and then started cutting sugarcane. I just interviewed another gentleman whose great-grandfather did that, great-great-grandfather. And his grandfather became a sharecropper and was able to get the land sold to him, owner financing. And that's how they got their first farm. So It's the Italian story and legend and dream of coming over here and where we couldn't own land in Sicily, but working your way up to do that. And Morris is in real estate. You know, he does real estate as well. So we see people having this great appreciation for the land that came over from Sicily.
That is wonderful, Charles. Such a great story.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Our news spent 5 years touring Louisiana. We've interviewed countless numbers of people, the people that make it happen, that put on Mardi Gras, the chefs, the artists, the backbone of Louisiana. We've taken those interviews and made a show called Celebrating Culture. But we've also taken those interviews and put them in a tour app, New Orleans Insider Tours. To download the apps, all you have to do is point your phone at the flow code in the camera mode. Once you have the app downloaded, you'll have access to putting together the best game plan to experience in Louisiana. You can start with Little Palermo, which is 50 points of interest on the Italian community, and then go to Statue Stories and Spirits, over 150 stops in the French Quarter and CBD. Where to dine in New Orleans, what rooftop bars give you the best view, how to see the Gulf of Mexico from the coastal towns, driving up to the Bonnie and Clyde Museum near Shreveport, or up to Vicksburg. New Orleans and Louisiana are must-see for everyone, and there's so much to see. So we hope you enjoy it, and as we say here, let the good times roll.
Thank you, Charles.
All right. It's a great interview, Lena.
I love Charles Celebrates Culture.
I get to meet a lot of fabulous people.
Yeah, and plus I'm learning so much from you. So that's why it's so great to share it with everyone who's watching, all the good work that you're doing, Charles.
Given that it's Father's Day, Lena, what motivated me to do this is when my grandfathers passed away, I realized that I was old enough to remember when these little Italies existed in Monroe or New Orleans. And now today, you wouldn't know that they ever were there. There are no signs, there's nothing. The stories need to be done. So what we're doing with video work is trying to put that heritage now on video where people can see it and they can pass it on so that the people that are 20 years old today know what it was like in the 50s. And I kind of can hear the stories of what it was like in the 1920s, a century ago, but I'm able to take those stories put them on video so that somebody that was born and that's a millennial now knows what their ancestors went through.
Yeah, it's really important, Charles, and thank you so much. I personally am really grateful for what you're doing. It's so important for us here in Louisiana. So please, if you want to see all this great work that Charles has been doing, subscribe to the YouTube channel On News, and make sure you also, if you're on Facebook, make sure that you follow Charles's Facebook page as well, so you can keep up with. Charles is so busy. Keep up with all he's got going on and see these great interviews and photos, and it's wonderful.
There is a lot of stuff going on in our culture to keep it alive. So yes, follow us, and there's other ways to keep in touch on what's going on in Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas on Italian culture.
Absolutely, Charles. Thank you so much.
Right.
All right, so time for La Musica today. And I thought since we're doing a Father's Day episode and I have such an iconic dad, I thought let's feature my dad today for La Musica. I never get tired of talking about him because he was such a great dad, so thoughtful and kind, and always took the time to try to teach me some important things that I still remember to this day, and take the time to make some really wonderful moments happen as well. Throughout my childhood. So even though it was a short amount of time spent with him, it was very much quality, and that had a lot to do with what kind of person he was. So what a great example of a dad. He told stories about what it was like growing up in New Orleans. His neighborhood where he grew up is now what is known as Treme. And there was all different ethnic groups that lived in the neighborhood at the time. Everyone respected one another. Families ate dinner at each other's homes. There were no fences separating the homes. He said the streets were made out of mud, and then later they threw the oyster shells down, which we all remember oyster shell driveways and things, they're still out there. And his father was Anthony, drove a Dr. Nutt truck. And so he would talk about his father driving the soda truck, the root beer truck. And his mother, Angelina, she in the community, she sang in minstrel shows, and she was known as a great cook. And they were just very well loved in the community.
That's great, Lena. Yes, your dad, he's really I'd say the godfather of a lot of Italian becoming accepted, of the music. He brings in swing. So he is a figure to many people. And as you know, I love the fact that I got to hear him speak at my high school when I was in the 9th grade. It was one of the best speeches we ever had.
Yep, that's what connected us, Charles. So Charles, I put together a little montage of some of my favorite photos of my dad throughout his career and some from my childhood. And we're going to hear me singing Pensate Amore, which is a song I recorded for him on my Prima La Familia album because he sang it in the Flintstone movie, A Man Called Flintstone. And when I was a little girl, I recognized his voice when I was watching that movie. And it's a beautiful song about stay in the moment and think love. And my dad really was all about love of music and love of what he did, love of other people. And so I thought it'd be the perfect song. So I hope you enjoy it.
Perfect.
Pensate amore,
Pensate amore,
think love, think love, think love. Signora, signore, pensate amore, think love, think love, think love. Don't think of tomorrow.
who thinks of tomorrow such a moon above. Signora, signore, pensate amore. Think love, think love,
think love.
think love.
Pensate amore, pensate amore. Think love, think love, think love. Signora, signore, pensate amore. Think love, think love, think love.
Don't think of tomorrow.
Who thinks of tomorrow? With such a moon above.
With such a moon above. Signora, signore, pensate amore. Think love, think love, think love.
Lena, that was so great, and it was so cool. I gotta say, you know, the years that I've known you, I love the way you are you, but you also honor your dad and make it so much fun. He's the wildest, and you have that with you, and you're also you. So it's a great legacy. It's just, and what you did for here was just fabulous. The way you let us see a little bit more about your dad and who he was on the inside.
Absolutely, Charles. Like I said, I never get tired of watching him in action on videos, and I never get tired of talking about him. And, you know, all the memories I have, I'm so lucky. And so happy Father's Day in heaven, Dad.
Absolutely. Happy Father's Day in heaven to all our dads who aren't with us today.
Yeah, wishing every dad out there, happy Father's Day. And this was a fun show today.
It is. And, you know, it's so special because, you know, we have Mother's Day and then Father's Day, and family is so tight in the Italian community.
Yeah.
So it is great that we've done these shows to really kind of honor our mothers and our fathers, and wish everyone that's out there. And there's a lot of people that are new mothers and fathers the last couple of months. So the people that are having babies right now, congratulations.
Absolutely. Congratulations. And thank you so much for watching our show, everyone. We really appreciate your support, and make sure you sign up for emails on lenaprima.com and just click the Buona Sera Louisiana tab and sign up so you can get our show delivered directly to your inbox, and you can watch it whenever you want to. And don't forget to subscribe to Odd News on YouTube as well.
Ciao, Lena. Ciao.
I was like, where's your chow, chow, chow?
Hey, ciao, 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 ciao. Let's go. It is just great to be Italian right now.
It's always great to be Italian.
Especially with the first 2 weeks of June, really nice.
Yeah. Ciao.
Ciao.
Quante volte ho sussurrato amore ti amo. Buonasera signore, kiss me goodnight.
News spent 5 years touring Louisiana. We've interviewed countless numbers of people. The people that make it happen, that put on Mardi Gras, the chefs, the artists, the backbone of Louisiana. We've taken those interviews and made a show called Celebrating Culture. But we've also taken those interviews and put them in a tour app, New Orleans Insider Tours. To download the apps, all you have to do is point your phone at the flow code in the camera mode. Once you have the app downloaded, you'll have access to putting together the best game plan to experience in Louisiana. You can start with Little Palermo, which is 50 points of interest on the Italian community, and then go to Statue Stories and Spirits, over 150 stops in the French Quarter and CBD. Where to dine in New Orleans, what rooftop bars give you the best view, how to see the Gulf of Mexico from the coastal towns, driving up to the Bonnie and Clyde Museum near Shreveport, or up to Vicksburg. New Orleans and Louisiana are must-see for everyone, and there's so much to see. So we hope you enjoy it, and as we say here, let the good times roll.
Hi, I'm Lena Prima. My music is available on Amazon and iTunes, also BasonStreetRecords.com and LenaPrima.com. Please like my Facebook page, Lena Prima Official, and follow me on Instagram at Lena Prima. I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel, Lena Prima. Thank you so much. Ciao.
Ciao. Welcome to the Italian Piazza in New Orleans, Louisiana. And right next door is the American Italian Cultural Center, which hosts numerous events throughout the year and is a great place to read about the Italian history. When you subscribe to our news, you'll get updated on all the videos we're making as far as the celebrities that come into New Orleans to talk about Italian culture, the parties, the events, what's going on. It's just a great way to learn about Italian history, the values, and what makes Italian being fun. Di Parlare Italiano.
Watch Celebrating Culture with Charles Marsala and Buona Sera Louisiana Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time on WLAE TV. Hi, I'm Lena Prima. Please watch Buona Sera Louisiana, which I co-host with my good friend Charles Marsala. The show is about all things Italian: food, culture, history, arts and entertainment, everything Italian American. You can find episodes on my YouTube channel, Lena Prima, also on our Facebook page at Buona Sera Louisiana. It's also available on my website, lenaprima.com. We hope you will enjoy the show. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Grazie. Ciao.